push this little button down here that says record? No. Okay, so I am now recording this session. So Zoom is a little bit different than Big Blue Button, and the Big Blue Button is the stock conferencing tool that comes with Canvas. And when you finish, it automatically puts it up into Canvas for 14 days for students to access. What Zoom does is it gives you the file, the video file, and then I have the choice of where I want to store that. So if I want to go put it up on YouTube, I can do that. I can link it in lots of different places. So I probably will build a YouTube channel with just these office hours and post them up there afterwards. And then I'll just build a page in Canvas where I'll just link them back to the YouTube channel. So they'll hopefully be easier to find that way. It's a little more work on my part than Big Blue Button is, but so far I like this tool quite a bit better than that. So
that would be really, really useful.
Yeah, no, I agree, particularly when we start doing some of the heavier content and people are asking questions and you want to go back and look at it. Or you think you understood it when you're during the office hour and then you go and start trying to do it again. You're like, oh, how smart I was, right? I really didn't get it. So,
or especially for those of us without dual monitors and switching back and forth all the time.
Dual monitors are nice. I can see you guys over here. I got you on this side. That's why I keep turning my head, because I can look over here and then I can look back here and see what I'm doing. So it's definitely a nice feature. So one of the things definitely is any questions or any ideas when you're working with R, feel free to post those up onto the discussion questions. So, Jax, just like we were talking about, okay, so you know, on assignment 1 here, where you had the questions on the third one, don't be shy about saying, hey, you know, this is what I got, and I'm wondering, you know, give me some feedback. What do you people think? And this is my code. You know, post your code up too and see what they think. And I will jump in too. I usually let it soak for a little bit, and let's see if anybody else wants to get a shot at it, and then I will come in and comment and give feedback also, okay?
Sounds good.
Textbook problems going okay? Have you guys had a chance to look at any of those yet?
I actually didn't get a chance to do that part yet. I stopped at number 3, gave myself a break to work on a different class.
Right. They're not horrible. They're pretty good actually. The first textbook problems are not bad at all. It's just like Shailene and I are talking about, though, it is the reading is dense. You do definitely need to go slow when you're doing the reading and make sure you're paying attention to it. Taking notes in your reference book. The reference book is really, in some ways, it's for this class. I mean, obviously, it's to help you with assessments. So when you take quizzes and you take the midterm and the final, you've got that resource, which will be really handy. But many people have to take another semester of stats in their discipline. You know, they have to take a psych stat, or they have to take a soc stat, or wildlife, or something like that. And having that book, reference book, that you can go back and look at really is handy, because it makes it so it's real quick to go say, oh, what the hell was the standard deviation anyway? Or what is a normal distribution? So something to keep in mind.
I have been taking notes in my book as I read it, which kind of helps me digest it better and retain it, I think, for myself. I'm a visual learner.
Yes.
And also a child of earlier ages where I wasn't reading off of a screen. I was reading off of paper all the time. And I just find I remember less reading it off of a screen. And I could go and print it out, I'm sure, but I don't want to spend $1 million.
Yeah. No, well, if you go to where they talk about how to build the reference book on our webpage here. Come on, you. Has anybody else noticed it seems like Canvas is slower this semester?
Yes.
I don't know. You know, it could be because, you know, almost all the community colleges of California have started to adopt Canvas. And I'm just wondering if like everybody started using it this semester or something.
I also think that it maybe has to do with them keeping our previous class stuff on there for a while. And I'm sure that makes it.
It could, but it's not our servers. We're not maintaining the servers this is coming out of. This is all coming out of a company called Instructure. So we don't host any of it. It's all hosted by them.
Yeah, I just wonder what their server's like.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if they need to upgrade is what I'm thinking. But so Shannon, you can totally do this with just paper and pencil. You can just go down and buy like a $4 comp book at Staples.
That's what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, you don't have to do the
OneNote or whatever.
Right, yeah. Or any of that. I mean, I do have a couple of students that's really the better option for them. So, I definitely wanted to put that out there. It's the first semester I've offered that. I just finished a 12-week, really intense 12-week course on learning how to be an effective online faculty, and they had us keep notes. They wanted us to do things, and I landed on OneNote was the one thing that I used for that, and it worked out really well, actually.
Yeah, my friend who's at HSU, she's an econ major, and she had stats last semester and stuff, and she was talking about the virtues of OneNote and how she hardly uses any paper anymore, and I think that's great. Good for you.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people that when I write it down, my brain gets it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I think part of that is partially generational, partially experience, partially environment.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that. It's definitely because that's the way I learned. That was the system. That's where I got my 10,000 hours, right? I mean,
exactly, and Cornell notes and all of that.
Yes, writing, everything. Okay, so any feedback on the class you guys want to give me? Anything that I could do to make things better? I would be happy to entertain any of that because I'm always trying to improve this thing.
I don't want to sound like I'm sucking up, but I think everything is great so far. I really like that you're asking for feedback and trying to make everything as accessible as possible. And I mean, it's a hard subject as it is, but then doing it through distance ed or whatever makes it more challenging. And everything's really well laid out. Luckily, we have Canvas, which is wonderful compared to Blackboard, was it?
No, it was Sakai. That thing was hideous. It was just heinous. Yeah.
I never used Moodle, but I heard bad things about it too. So
Humboldt is switching to Canvas. They're getting out of Moodle. So
yeah.
I think they already have switched over.
Yeah, I heard it's about 75-80%. I hear there's still some faculty that are like, no, I don't want to build a new site.
I agree with Shylin. Everything's very well laid out, very accessible. You've been very accessible. These weekly meetings are nice to ask these questions, check in.
Yeah, I have found that unfortunately the people who need it the most use it the least, but that's just the nature of the beast, I mean, that's in general. But
the thinning of the herd.
Yeah. I know, but I don't want that. I want the whole pack to make it. Everybody's going to get there. So the discussion question, though, seems, let me go check that. It seems to be going pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, lots of people posting. Damien, oh my God, Damien's so on top of it. He's already been, he sent me his third email saying, when is Unit 3 opening up? I'm bored. Turn it on already.
That first discussion when it was just about us, he was cracking me up. I was just like, oh my God, do you have your tablet surgically attached to your hand or something?
No, he actually is in a chair and he has to use voice. So he does everything by voice. And so he I think he can get it out pretty quick because of that,
Wow, that is so cool. He seems like a really nice guy. I'm excited to have him as a classmate. I like really involved classmates.
Yeah, he's already been asking me all sorts of great questions. Well, he was the first one to post the discussion question, and then he immediately fired it off and said, "Can you read it and tell me that blah blah blah?" I'm like, no, Damien, that's not the point. You guys are supposed to talk to each other, and it's not just me. I'm going to jump in here probably Saturday and give a few comments, but discussion questions have pretty much let you guys get after it, but I will come in and and if people are going far off track, I will bring them back to where.
Cool.
But one of the things that Canvas has a really nice feature, and in the third module we're going to start using that, is here, I'm going to show you my view so you can see it. It has what's called groups. You guys worked in groups before in Canvas?
Yes, for a business class, but we had actual class meetings, so I'm sure it was a little bit different.
Yeah, well, I don't know, possibly. Did it look like, this is my view, you guys will see something completely different, but what happens is you come in and let me show you what it looks like. It changes over here, your toolbars change because it's now like a separate room in Canvas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everybody who is in your group will be the only ones who see your posts and the only ones that you can reply to.
The student view is really, really, really similar, almost exactly the same.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's identical for me. I think because I'm kind of sort of when I do that, when I go into a group, I think I am actually in student view. And so, yeah. So was that the way it was when you were in the business class? You only got to see your peers and nobody else's stuff?
Correct, but the instructor could still kind of mod it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a member of every group.
Exactly.
You don't get rid of me.
Omnipotent. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and I can jump around between groups and stuff. But we used to discuss activity. Nobody's done anything there. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me get out of here. So yeah, that's coming your way in the next module, and
Cool.
I think it works pretty well. The idea is having a smaller group. What tends to happen, like if we go and look at the discussion this week, a lot of people have responded to Damien because he was the first one to post it. And then the next person, and the next person. So somebody who posts tonight at 11 o'clock, because it goes until 11:59 tonight, is probably not going to get a heck of a lot of feedback on theirs because a lot of people have already gone and taken care of their required 3 replies. Where if you put it into a smaller group, well, then everybody pretty much gets feedback that way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll see how it works. There is always the risk when you're working with groups that somebody doesn't carry their weight, but that's, again.
Yeah. I try really hard not to be a slacker, but I have like 3 different jobs on a regular basis. So if I post things and it looks like it's last minute, really, it is in my brain a week ahead. I have a lot more time management issues, and that's my fault.
That's not really a fault. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I mean, you're a community college student. I mean, you fit the most community college students are holding down at least a 20-hour-a-week job, plus trying to take at least 12 units, plus maybe trying to have a life, and family and blah, blah, blah. So yeah. I always am pretty amazed when I hear people's stories about what they're actually doing. So
yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Okay, well, unless you guys got any other questions, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign out early.
Okay, yeah, me too. I'm going to go work on that discussion.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right,
nice meeting you, Jax.
You too.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
take care, you guys.